Welcome to Mike's Choice One channel. Today I am going to take you to South Korea. As you know, I am traveling from Melbourne to Seoul. This time I took Cathay Pacific, and my transit was in Hong Kong. My first leg was from Melbourne to Hong Kong, and then with a short layover I got on my second leg to Seoul. As you see in this video, Hong Kong is a very clean and a modern airport. It got facilities for you to work while you are in transit too. Such amenities would help travelers to be relaxed between their flights. Hong Kong Airport is a very spacious location, and it is very pleasant to fly through Hong Kong too. If anyone is interested in getting duty-free, this is a good place to get those too. You will also find some nice restaurants to get a meal or a coffee. Our flight from Hong Kong to Seoul was very comfortable, and we reached on time too. Seoul is another large airport with all amenities, and it is modern and beautiful too. As an Australian, I did not have any issue in getting into Korea, as we are given on arrival visa. But if you are traveling to South Korea, you need to check the visa conditions. And there is another thing called Q code, which is required to be obtained. This started after COVID scenario. I was checked into a good hotel, as I was there to attend Korean exhibition, which is related to broadcast and audio-video media. This is an exhibition which showcases latest technology related to media industry. It is a good hotel at the exhibition venue. It is a location where you got many interesting places around. One such place are the famous Gangnam-style hand sculpture. There are few pleas which would be showcased in different episodes. Just as an intro to what type of materials are showcased, I am adding one clip indicating a display used for special effects. This particular display moves, and it could be used to create sort of three-dimensional effects. You would see many more interesting displays in my future videos. Some are used to create backgrounds, some are used to create three-dimensional effects, some are used to create complete augmented reality, surroundings, some are even created by artificial intelligence. In this clip, you would see the larger screen is moving, and the technology, how that is happening, is indicated on the smaller screen shown on the left-hand side. In the evening after dinner, I got out from the hotel for a walk. I could see that there's a large Buddhist temple in front of my hotel. Well, when I wanted to cross the street, I pushed a button on the crossing traffic light. But later I was told that it is to be pressed by the visually handicapped people only. So when the light turned green for the pedestrians visually handicapped would hear the buzzer, and then they could cross the street. So even though you see almost the same thing in a different country, it could mean a different purpose. Once known as Gyeongsansa Temple, Bonjeonsa Temple is located north of Seoul and was constructed in the 10th year of Silla King Wangseong's reign, 794. In 1498, Queen Jeongeon refurbished Gyeongsansa Temple and renamed it Bonjeonsa Temple. Originally located near the royal tomb of King Songjong, the temple was transferred to its current location during Joseon King Myeongjong's reign. The temple is home to 3,479 Buddhist scriptures of 13 types, including the works of Kim Jong-il. The Buddhist ceremony called Jeondabosa is held on the 9th day of the 8th month of the lunar calendar, where monks march carrying the scriptures on their heads and recite the Byapseong Buddhist rites. Bit more history on this temple. Bonjeonsa is a millennial Buddhist temple with a long history of over more than 1,200 years old, located at Samseongdong, Gangnam-gu, in the center of Seoul City, Korea. Founded by National Master Patriarch in Hawaii in 794 during the reign of King Wonsong of the Shilla dynasty, Bonjeonsa later became the cornerstone of the revival of Korean Buddhism as the head temple of the Korean Seon meditation. Lineage owing greatly to the religious devotion of the Venerable Bodhi. National examination qualifying monks took place in this area of the current Seoul location, which was called Sungwapyeong at that time. Distinguished masters, including the Venerable Seosen and the Venerable Samyeong, who carried on the Seon meditation. Legacy of Korean Buddhism were produced right here through the system. During the late Joseon dynasty, the Venerable Yonggi built Pangean, where 81 volumes of the wood blocks of the Avamsaka Sutra are enshrined. Also, Kim Jong-hee, one of the greatest scholars and calligraphers of the time, stayed at Bonjunsa Temple in his latter years and completed his own calligraphy style called the Chiseish, style named after his pen name. His calligraphy displayed on the hanging board at the Panjian is known as his last work representing his Chiseish style at the highest level of calligraphic art. Nowadays, Bonjunsa is writing a new history of Korean Buddhism through its practice-oriented temple management. Moreover, Bonjunsa not only spreads Korean Buddhism and Korean culture at home and around the world with diversified programs, including temple stay, but also continues to maintain its place as an important sizable temple with contribution to the public welfare in the center of Korean society. As we go passing the gate, you would see some large images of deities protecting the temple. You would also see one lantern which is made using old shadow technology. Hope you saw this as we speak. Hope you are noticing these deities with various instruments in their hands. There is a box for you to add some donation in this area. Let us walk past this gate now. As per Wikipedia during the Joseon period, Buddhism in Korea was severely suppressed. However, the temple began to be known as Bonjunsa when it was reconstructed in 1498 under the patronage of Queen Jeongeon, a Joseon queen. The term Bonjunsa means the act of honoring the king, which here can be understood as taking the form of praying for King Songjong's eternal life. With the support of Queen Munjong, who revived Buddhism in Korea for a short time in the mid-16th century, it became the main temple of the Korean Seon, Cheon sect of Buddhism from 1551 through 1936. Monk Bu was appointed head of the temple in 1548 by Queen Munjong, but was killed soon afterward as the anti-Buddhist factions regained dominance in Korea towards the end of Queen Munjong's rule. From 1552 to 1564, Bonjunsa was the center of the Buddhist national exam. When you go further from the gate, you would see the steps leading to inner side of the temple. Above, they have decorated very beautifully. On to your left, they do a set of lanterns depicting various Jathaka stories and some important advice to all. Actually, this area you could wear your hats and slippers or shoes.
In Korea. The biggest temple. Lots of
Next, we are passing their office area. In this place, they have left many items that visitors could purchase for donations or worshiping. They do have things like candles, incense sticks, or even things like rice, etc. After a certain times, they do not have anyone manning this office area, and it is up to you to keep the money in the till and take the items required. But you need cash for these purchases. In this visit, I did not have any cash to purchase these items. In my last visit, I did carry money to purchase 3 large candles and light them at the place where you can light them. Even the upper area where you come to a stop after the steps have decorated lanterns on top. Very beautiful and calm. Every May during Buddha's birthday on the April 8th of lunar calendar, Bonjunsa holds the annual Lotus Lantern Festival with spectacular sight of colorful lanterns. In front you would see the place where you are supposed to light those candles. When I had a closer look, those candles are positioned on top of water. I think this stops fires. What a great way to avoid issues. On either side, you can also see the places for burning incense sticks. In this visit, I did not have candles nor any incense sticks, but I had few coins as donations. Not certain as to what that pillar is for, but I saw similar pillars with lamps on those. As per Wikipedia, Bonjunsa was made one of the Korean Empire's 14 major temples in 1902. During the Japanese occupation, the temple became the headquarters of 80 smaller Buddhist temples around Seoul. In 1922 and 1929, head monk Chongho saved over 700 people from drowning in the Han River, an act that inspired a monument of recognition. After colonial rule, Bonjunsa became subordinate to the Jogi order, the largest Buddhist sect in Korea. A fire in 1939 destroyed most of the buildings, and other parts of the temple were destroyed during the Korean War. Fortunately, Panjin, one of the very few halls which escaped destruction during the Korean War, continues to hold the woodblock carvings of the Flower Garland Sutra created in 1855 by Monk Yonggi. The temple has undergone many repairs and renovations and is now once again a large, thriving complex. The reconstruction efforts are ongoing even today. Here I just took this video with me, and you would see the beautiful lanterns on my back. You would see the main shrine as we speak. This place also attracts many tourists who come to Seoul. Yes, it is a great place to visit if you are in Seoul, especially if you are a Buddhist. The temple is a major center for the Seon, Zen sect of Buddhism, which focuses on meditation. Established in 794 by Yunho, the temple was originally called Giant Seongsa, meaning seeing true nature. The temple was rebuilt in 1498 and renamed Bonjunsa, meaning offering benefit. The buildings have been rebuilt many times over the centuries. If you want to enter the main shrine room, you need to enter through the door on the right-hand side. You need to remove your shoes and hats and leave at the door. If you are going to worship, you can take a mat stacked by the side of the door as you enter. As this was my very first visit to this temple, I did not know which one is the correct entrance. So I first walked towards left of the building where I could see a half-closed door. Then I saw that no one is entering through that door. I saw that there are a few beautiful Buddha statues inside the shrine. I watched people worshiping and then walked to further left of the building. I saw another door on the left side of the building, but I did not see anyone entering from that door too. At that place they had a notice in English indicating that it should not be used to enter the shrine. The notice said ancestral are held, please use the opposite door. I really did not understand what is meant by this notice. Though ancestral rituals are divided into kaij, household rites, also called kajisa, ceremonies held once a year on the anniversary of the death of the person being honored. Saij, seasonal rites, ceremonies held once a year in the clan, and charai, tea rites held 4 times a year on major holidays. So I quietly walked back to the right-hand side of the building. I walked to the correct entrance to the main shrine and followed the normal process of removal of my shoes and then enter barefoot. Inside is very beautifully decorated with authentic Korean art. You would even see beautiful lampshades which depict swans. You can see many candles inside. As you enter, I could see a bell towards my left side. There were few devotees worshiping inside. Usually they do sit on the mat and then go on all fours to worship. At the center, I could see 3 status out of 1 is Buddha and Buddha. Usually there can be few combinations. As per Buddhism that we learn in Sri Lanka, this could be Buddha with what chief disciples called Agrisawaka. As per Korean system, the combination of Sakyamuni Buddha along with 2 bodhisattvas is commonly referred to as the triad of Sakyamuni Buddha. As per Korean culture, there could be another combination that is status of Amitabha Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, and Vaisaya Buddha. I do not think these 3 status are Amitabha Buddha, Sakyamuni Buddha, and Vaisaya Buddha, as I do not see the relevant madras. you would see how these devotees are worshiping. It is a little bit different to the way that we would do it. They are doing it with complete devotion. I also took a mat down and did worship the way that I am used to worship. I am certain some of them would have looked at me wondering as to where did I come from. I also did not bother any of them when I took my video. Towards the center, there were some instruments which may be used for offerings. And making, if you look at this video, you would see some artwork on either side of the shrine room. I really do not know what those meant. Those could be some Jathaka stories or something related to history of Korean Buddhism. You can also see some statues of deities guarding the Buddha statues. I went around the main shrine hall. I then walked further up. When you walk further up, you can see surrounding area. It was very beautiful with so many lanterns. I walked further up and found another shrine, which was beautifully decorated. Again, you could worship inside that shrine too. This could be a shrine where they may be having various offerings, as there was a microphone and similar units inside. I hope you would have noticed the board on that shrine indicating some timing. It could be the times that they have some offerings. I then found some more smaller shrine too, but that looked like a shrine where they may be making offerings or chanting Buddhist teachings. There was a larger shrine with many small Buddha statues, surrounding the main statue at the center. My apologies for not identifying these shrines properly, but one day I would try to do that and give a better explanation. Those.
아침에 나오면 여기 한 바퀴 돌고 낮에 점심 먹고 한 바퀴 와서 돌고.
This is the biggest shrine room in this temple. This one has many restrictions. Some entrances are open only for Buddhist monks. This one has large number of small Buddha statues on all walls, and then one central Buddha statue. This is really beautiful, and it gives a very calm and settled mind. I could have stayed there unless they close it at certain time. This is actually the main Dharma hall. This must be the place where they would be chanting Buddhist recitals and pirith. You can see many small Buddha statues everywhere you look. This is the place they have the main drum and also the bell of this temple. It is a beautiful building done as per Korean architecture. It is also called Bell Pavilion or Dharma Bell. Next, we are going to see some more beautiful lanterns. Remember, I am in this place during the month of May. May is the month Prince Siddhartha was born, and then it was on a Wesak full moon day that he became the Buddha, and he passed away also on a full moon Wesak day in the month of May. So they had this display of giant lanterns, and they were also made in shapes representing Sakyamuni Buddha, then Amitabha Buddha, and also Vaisaya Buddha. There was a lantern of Aloka. When I walked passing those icons across the bell tower, there's a bell in this tower too. passing all those areas, I came to another section of the temple. I believe this is the area where they depict all the bodhisattvas. The word bodhisattva comes from Sanskrit and means a being who is on the way to becoming enlightened. Bodhisattva is a human who is planning to become a Buddha. As per Buddhism, if one wants to become the Buddha, he has to pass many lives to develop those qualities. As per Theravada Buddhism, we do not worship the bodhisattvas, but as per Zen Buddhism, they worship even bodhisattvas. This is also called Maitri Buddha status. Maitri Buddha is the next Buddha, so it is in fact for future Buddha means for Bodhisattva.
얼마나 돈들이 많으면 이런 것들을 하나씩 그 돈을 주기도 하겠어.
I did see around 24 sections in this area. So this may be even for all those 24 Buddhas that we have had in the past. I am going back to see those beautiful lanterns. I think you did not see this one properly. Then I found this, well, possibly this would have been a place where they would have used to take water for various purposes. This is very closer to the traditional tea room. Finally passing everything, I am getting back to the car park and the entrance. Temple has a large car park. We'll join you in another interesting video very soon. Thank you for watching.